All right, guys, so here we go. We are going to be changing improper fractions into mixed numbers. So from last week, you did mixed numbers into improper fractions. So this week, we're going to be going opposite. I'm going to be doing notes on this side and examples on this side. If you want to add these to your notes at home, get a piece of paper and follow along with me so that you can use them when you're solving the problems in the rest of the Nearpod. So our first problem we're going to try is 13 fifths. So remember, this is an improper fraction because the bigger number is on top and the smaller number is on the bottom. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to count by the bottom number until we get as close as possible to the top number. So that means I'm going to count by fives until I get as close as I can to 13. So 5, 10, and I can't go to 15 because it's past 13. So for number 2, we figure out, okay, how many multiples was that? Well, that was 1, 2. That was 2 multiples. We were able to count by 5 2 times before we got too close to 13. So that number, the number of multiples, becomes your whole number. So we had 1, 2 multiples. So right now, that 2 becomes my whole number. Now, to find the fraction, we have to subtract to find the difference. So we were able to get to 10, but our top number is 13. So here, we now need to subtract to find the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 13, which was my top number, and I'm going to subtract the number I got closest to. Oh, let me redo that. 13 minus 10. So 3 take away 0 is 3, 1 take away 1 is nothing. So this difference right here becomes the top number of my mixed number. Okay? Final step to find my denominator. I move the denominator over. So in a lot of these fractions we've been doing, we just take that bottom number, whoop, and we move it on over, and we're going to do that same thing today. So again, to find our whole number, we count by the bottom number until we get as close as we can to the top number. 5, 10, I can't go to 15 because the number is 13. How many was that? 1, 2. That 2 becomes my whole number. To find my numerator, I subtract the numerator and the number I was able to get closest with. My difference was 3, so that becomes my top number. And to get my denominator, I simply move the 5 over. Let's do one more just to look at that example. Actually, I think we'll do 2 more. So we're going to do 21 sevenths. So my first thing I needed to do according to my notes was to count by the bottom number until I get as close as I can to the top number. So I'm going to count by sevens until I get as close as I can to 21. So I have 7, 14, 21. So this one's a little different because I actually did land on my number. Counting by sevens, I got to 21. So now I'm going to count how many multiples I had. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and that 3 becomes my top number. Now, next thing I would do is subtract to find the difference. So I got to 21. My top number is 21. So my answer there is 0. So my answer is not going to be a mixed number. It's just going to be 3. We don't need to put 0 sevenths here. We can just leave it as 3. So 21 sevenths is actually the number 3. Final step, we're going to do 31 sixths. So again, I'm going to count by sixes until I get as close as I can to 31. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Okay, can't go any farther because I'd passed 31. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my whole number here is 5. Now I need to find my difference. So I'm going to do 31, take away 30. 1 take away 0 is 1. 3 take away 3 is nothing. 1 becomes my numerator, and I take my 6 and just move it over for my denominator. So 31/6 is the same as 5 and 1/6. Come back and watch this video as many times as you need so that you can master this. Good luck!